If you're thinking about building a coaching program, stop, because most people build it completely backwards. And that's the reason why they feel overwhelmed, they feel unaligned, and they feel stuck in their current situation. If you don't know me and you're new here, my name is Brian, and over the last year, I've been working with coaches to help them create, launch, and scale the successful coaching programs. And before we even build it out, I'll walk them through the exact same process that I'm about to share with you guys. So let's get into the video. So the number one problem with how coaches start their coaching programs is that they jump straight into creating modules and they don't understand who they're even making the modules for. And then they copy what other coaches are doing, not understanding what is happening in the background that actually makes their coaching program work. And by doing this, you fall into the trap of creating a program that people don't even want, and then two, you created a program that you don't even want to deliver on because you built the whole program on a rocky foundation. So before you even get into that, there's going to be 4 things that you need to know before you even build out your coaching program. So you're going to start off with who you help. There's a specific person, and you need to understand them deeply to be able to even know what they really need to get to that next level. And then you need to have the problem that you solve. You're not solving 20 different things. You're only solving one specific thing for one specific person. And then you need your unique transformation, your story, your 3-step framework, your whole process of how you're able to figure out exactly what you're able to go through. So that way you're just able to give that same exact process to someone coming into your coaching program. Then you need the exact outcome your coaching program is going to provide to people. So when people do come to you and they ask you for guidance, you know exactly what you're going to be offering to them, and they know themselves what they're going to be getting out of your coaching program. Next thing is what comes to you naturally. What do people already ask you for advice on when they see you in person, when they see you online? What is like one of the first things they say to you as far as you helping them? And then what skills and results came from your own struggles of you going through that process? You were able to go through the process yourself, and you're able to figure out, and through you figuring it out, you develop certain skills and assets that will help other people overcome those struggles. And then what feels like common sense to you but isn't to others. Once you understand, like, not everyone sees it the same way that you see it, that's going to be your butter. That's going to be your coaching gold mine right there. Because if it's easy to you, if it's common sense to you, 9 times out of 10 it's not going to be as common to other people, and that's what they're coming to you for advice on. And then what problems have you already solved for yourself? Your transformation is going to be someone else's starting point. How you're able to solve this problem. There's people out there that are dealing with the same exact problem, but you have the skills, you developed the skills, and you were able to basically figure it out on your own. And now they don't want to figure it out on their own. They want someone who was able to figure it out already and walk them through the exact process. And then you're going to be able to pick your people. You don't have to work with anybody. And one of the things in my own journey as I was starting up my own business, I was working with the wrong type of people. And let me tell you this now, when you're working with the wrong type of people, they will drain you and they will make you feel like you're not even in your purpose. You're not even operating in your purpose. And it's going to have you questioning whether or not you're even able to coach people. So to avoid that, you can literally pick the people that you want to work with. So who do you enjoy helping the most? Who do you feel most satisfied when you're working with them? Who brings the best in you when you're teaching? There's going to be a certain type of person, and you could literally build your own avatar as to who you're able to help. Give it a name, give it a personality. Understand who that person is you're able to help, because if you enjoy helping them, you're going to get them the best results. So who do you enjoy helping the most? Who brings out the best in you when you're teaching? And then understand who drains and frustrates you the most. Because I promise you, if you're dealing with people that only frustrate you and feel like you're drained, they're going to feel the energy that you're not giving them your best foot forward. And your best work is not going to happen because you're dealing with people that you don't even want to deal with in the first place. So really get clear on who drains you and frustrates you the most and stay away from them. Only focus on people you enjoy helping and who bring the best out of you. And then once you understand that, you got to think about what stage they are in their journey. Are they just starting out? Are they growing, but they're struggling to scale? Are they stuck in their current position? What stage are they currently at? That way you're able to better help them and give them the resources and tools they need to be able to get to wherever they're trying to go. Then you're going to have audience signaling. Once you understand the signals, the market is going to play with you and it's going to give you like what it really wants if you just decide to pay attention and listen to what it's trying to tell you. What questions do people already ask you over and over again? I get so many questions of people asking me, hey, I have a skill. How do I make money from this? How can I monetize? And it'd be dumb of me not to be like, this is how you're going to be able to monetize, and then charge people for the implementation of that process. So people are naturally you're going to get the same questions over and over again, and pay attention to that, because 9 times out of 10, that's what your coaching offer should be built on. And then what mistakes do they keep repeating? They're not going to understand the mistakes that are repeating. And it's going to be, once you talk to enough people, you're going to naturally see the same mistakes happening over and over again. And then you're going to develop the fix for that exact situation. And then what problems do they keep bringing up without realizing it's a problem? They're just listen to people and how they talk. They will tell you about all of their problems. They're going to vent for as long as they can go on. And it's your job to be quiet. Just listen to what they have to offer. And then once you really listen to people enough, you'll be able to create solutions. So by the time people do come to you and they start just bringing up all of their problems, you're already like, hey, I have a solution that is fixing just that, and it's going to be exactly what they need. So to wrap it up, if people ask you questions, you have perceived value. So people see that you have value to offer and they feel like you're a guide to them. And then if people come to you consistently, you have the positioning. So people already see you as that authority. People already know as like, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about, so I can come to him and he'll be able to solve my problems for me. And then if people struggle with things you've already solved, you already have a coaching offer right there. You already have a coaching lane that is literally just being like, hey, I solved this problem. Now let me show you how you're able to solve it. And I'm going to give you my exact process on how I was able to solve that problem as well. Now you should have the clarity you need to properly build out a coaching program. And now that you have that, don't fall into the trap that most coaches make and overcomplicate the process. Keep it simple and keep it smooth. And I actually have a video on what to avoid. I'm gonna link it up here on what to avoid and how to make sure your students get the best results and the mistakes that most coaches make when it comes to building out a coaching program. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and leave a comment below on what you found the most helpful. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.